Friends, colleagues and comrades, it's my pleasure and my honor to welcome you, particularly the distinguished land right activists from all over the world. And it's really very heartening to see so many of you represent the people who have been at the battlefront fighting for their land rights. You are representing a cause which I consider to be the biggest cause of the world today. I know from my experience in India how important this cause is, how crucial this cause is, because we got it as part of our colonial legacy. The British, who ruled over us more than a century, they invented a doctrine called eminent domain. And they thought that being a government, they have every right to usurp, take over any land, anywhere, anytime. And which they could easily say it's for public purpose. That was their Land Acquisition Act. Unfortunately, even after independence, India still continues with that colonial legacy. We still have our own government. They call themselves independent governments. They say that they abide by the Indian Constitution, but they still abide by those old antiquated laws which the British have left for us. With the result that most of our people are being dispossessed, they are being disenfranchised, they are being marginalized. Every day, hundreds and thousands of people are being pushed out of their land and other natural resources on which they had developed their own life support system. It's such a heart-rending tale of our own government subjugating and marginalizing our own people. And it's like a warlike situation. They are not just being dispossessed. If there is even slightest resistance, they are being put down heavily. They are being shot down. They are being put in jails for months and years together on flimsy charges. Tribals who had never known anything about Maoism or Marxism, they are being dubbed as Maoists. Right now, I am negotiating peace between Government of India and the Maoists on the other hand. And in that connection, for last more than a year now, I've come across hundreds and thousands of such people who are languishing in Indian jails for no charges, for no real crime, just because they are fighting for their land right. And if some of us also raise our voice on their behalf, as our great friend Rajaji has been doing all his life. We feel so inspired by his saga of struggle. Jill and all of us who are associated with Rajaji Ekta Parishad on this issue. Many of us also are called Maoist or Maoist sympathizers, simply because we raise voice on behalf of those dispossessed and marginalized people. So that's a big cause of concern for all of us. So we are meeting here today in Delhi. I welcome you again, but the seriousness of the task before us is to speak up on behalf of those voiceless millions and millions all over the world. That's a great spiritual task, I would say, to rise above oneself and be ready to sacrifice everything on behalf of those who are being dispossessed. And when I say land, it just doesn't mean bare land, it means all natural resources, the land rights and water rights and forest rights, and now I would like to include the airwaves also. The spectrum is a great natural resource. All of these things are being privatized every day, multinationals and the state helping them to take over. So this is the story you are all familiar with. Just wanted to underline the seriousness of the situation. India right now, and I was marching on 11th of February, this couple of days or weeks ago, to get 5 soldiers of our Chhattisgarh armed forces in central India, in one of the thickest forest areas in the world, Abujmad area. And there, while I was walking into the forest, a journalist from Times of India was walking with me, a young woman. And I happened to make this statement that I asked her, has she seen this film, Avatar? And she said, yes. I said, don't you think that film was made on a fictitious planet, some other Navi land or something, I don't know what was there. Navis were the tribes on some other planet. But I told her that in order to experience the real tragedy happening, you don't have to go to the other planet. It's happening right here in our own land, with our own people. And she was very much inclined to agree with that. So friends, with these words, I welcome you very much, and we'll be together for next 1 week, I think. Yes.
You are going to come back.
Huh?
You are going to come back for us.
Yeah. I'm going to be running here and there also, but also be with you. So with these words, I welcome you once again. Thank you so much.